My name is Anish Karnani. I'm majoring in biology, and I'm a junior currently. I grew up in Sylvania, Ohio, and I went to Sylvania Northview High School. I think as a senior, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, so I wasn't really looking for something specific. I went to Ohio State, Toledo, Cincinnati, and some other schools. But I think what stood out to me through Toledo was through my CCP experience. In high school, I'd actually taken a few college courses here at UT, and I saw the faculty, the staff, and the education, and I was really impressed by it. I really felt like, the economics courses I took were really advanced, and I was really learning a lot. So along with that, along with the affordability, and along with a lot of my peers also going to Toledo, I decided to go to the University of Toledo. So during my freshman year, I was a part of Levis Leadership and Club Tennis. Levis Leadership will go through my senior year. You basically have a course your freshman year, and then you get to meet with faculty and staff across campus, and you get to do different projects. And then currently, I'm also a part of CLAR Leadership Academy. It's somewhat similar to Levis Leadership, except it's through the College of Business, and that's a one-year commitment. So this year, I've been a part of that, and then you get to do different activities, fundraising. You get to meet with different directors throughout Toledo, such as the Metro Park directors, and you get all of these different opportunities, which are really nice. I think one of the key skills I've developed is being able to communicate. I think that's one of the most important things as you go into any industry. You have to be able to work with a team of people, you have to be able to communicate your ideas, and you have to be able to understand other people's perspectives. So I think, working in CLAR leadership or Levis leadership with that diverse group of students, and you have to work on different team projects and things like that, you really develop these communication skills. And on top of that, in club tennis, I'm the treasurer, so I think through that I've also gained communication skills. I've learned how to work with people, and I've learned to adjust to new circumstances, and I think this is really important in your career in the future. So I started with undergraduate research during the spring semester of my sophomore year. I worked under Dr. Sungtao Liu and his graduate student Zai Pundit. This was a really cool opportunity I found because Zai was actually my TA in one of my biology lab courses, so I reached out to her about research. They gave me a tour of the lab, and they gave me an opportunity to work in the lab. So the lab really focuses on mitotic proteins. So the protein I'm studying is called TRP13, and in mitosis, the chromosomes line up at the plate and they eventually split. And this process is highly regulated because if the chromosomes split incorrectly or they don't split with the appropriate amount, it can actually lead to cancer. So one of the proteins I'm studying is involved in, looking at this checkpoint and silencing this checkpoint. And essentially I'm looking at how different mutations in this protein affect its overall activity. So I think this has been a really good experience for me. I've learned a wide variety of techniques. All these techniques are related to medicine or further research. And I think that, just being in the lab alone has really connected to my courses and, the theoretical education I'm getting also. So I can't really think of a specific accomplishment, but I think when I first entered college, I didn't really know what I wanted to do or what I wanted to pursue. And I think, during my freshman year and during my sophomore year, and even during my summer after high school, I was really exploring different paths. So I think what I'm most proud of is being able to figure out what I wanted to pursue and giving myself time to adjust to different careers, looking at different careers, exploring, and kind of really figuring out what I want to do with my life. Yeah, so I think it really started out in my freshman year biology course because in high school I didn't really actually enjoy science or biology that much. But during my freshman year course, the professor, Dr. Harmich, she was a really great professor, and I was learning about biology in more depth. And I remember learning specifically about cancer cells and how they spread throughout the body, and that got me really interested. So from that class, I actually had the opportunity to reach out to Dr. Liu, and he kind of guided me through the research aspect. And on top of that, my advisor, Beth Denzel, she really helped me, picking a major and figuring out what best suited me, along with choosing classes each semester. So I think all of those combined really helped me choose biology as my major. So I think that coming to college, it definitely was an adjustment. Even though I'd taken CCP courses in high school, I found it a little different because in high school I was taking maybe 1 to 2 courses a semester, but in college it kind of felt completely different, taking anywhere between 4 to 6 courses each semester. And on top of that, I was commuting, so I had to learn how to manage my time because I was commuting around 25 minutes to campus and back home. And on top of that, in school you had all these different gaps during the day, and you had to kind of figure out how to manage your time. And you had to figure out what clubs you want to get involved in, how much you want to get involved in, and it was all these different things that were kind of with each other that made me decide, or made me had to choose how to manage my time better, and I think that was the biggest adjustment I had to make. So I think once you become more and more involved on campus, and once you begin to get involved in a lot of different things, time management becomes really important. But I also think it's really important your freshman year when you're adjusting to these new classes. So during my freshman year, one of the things was that I would use a planner. So, after class, I'd make a plan for the day. I would study for this long, take a break for this long, review again. And that really helped me during my freshman semesters. During my sophomore and junior year, I kind of got the hang of things, so I didn't really use a planner as often. But I think one thing I really use is Google Calendar, reminders on my phone, and things like that to really keep track. Yeah, I think faculty connections are really important to develop as a student. As I talked about previously with my research, Dr. Sungtal Liu, he really acted as an advisor and a mentor towards me. When I applied for that position during my sophomore year, I had no research experience, and I'd only taken a few biology courses at the time, so it was really nice of him to give me the opportunity to work in the lab. It's a real research lab. They're doing their own experiments, PhD students, graduate students, postdocs, and to trust undergraduates in the lab scenario, that was really nice of him to do for me. And on top of that, I think the graduate students really help. For example, I worked with Zai and other students in his lab, and they were always available to ask questions, to help me with different procedures, to help me if I didn't understand what I was doing. So I think all of them really helped me and helped me in my biology education. Yeah, so I'm not sure if I would have gotten the experience somewhere else, I might have, but I think that here at UT it was really easy to get involved with research, especially considering I had no background in it. Especially, if you look at the Office of Undergraduate Research, their website, when I was exploring, I talked to different students, different faculty. I think I emailed like 4 or 5 faculty, and they all got back to me within a day about research opportunities. So I had a lot of opportunities to choose from. And along with this, through the wide variety of faculty, you can look at their lab websites and kind of look at the research that they're doing, so you can find something that you really are interested in. So, at UT, they have a wide array of research going on. It's not just one specific topic, so you can really find something you're interested in. I do think there was something I would do differently. So during my freshman year, I was I was still trying to figure out how to manage my time between school and social activity. So I think I focused a little bit too much on school, especially during my freshman year. It's always a good thing to focus on school, but you want to have that balance with your social life. So I think I could have gotten a little more involved my freshman year. I could have, gone out with friends a few times, maybe, gone out to different places, gone out to restaurants, instead of studying all the time. And I think it was important to develop this as a freshman because you're interacting with lots of new people, and this is a time where you really get to form new relationships and new groups of friends. So I think that's the only thing I would change. So I applied to MedStart through the University of Toledo, and this is one of their early assurance programs. So just like last week, I heard that I got accepted. So I plan on attending the University of Toledo Medical School in fall 2023. Between then, I hope to continue to be involved with research and my other activities that I'm doing on campus. Next year, I hope to get even more involved with my job as a scribe and different things like that. And I also hope to get more involved in my organizations through executive board positions. So I work as a medical scribe in Medical Scribing Solutions, and I first heard about this company through a flyer here at UT. I thought, this looks like a really good opportunity that I can do on top of school. And especially this semester, scribing has really shown me how applicable the biology education I'm getting is. For example, in physiology, I'm learning about all these different diseases, coronary artery disease, deep vein thrombosis, and different things like this. And maybe I'll think, why am I learning this, or what is the applicability of it? But as a scribe, I get to see it on a daily basis, and it's really cool because what I'm learning in class is applicable to the real world. Yeah, so actually during my entire freshman year, I had no idea what I wanted to do. And it was kind of taking these different classes and gaining confidence throughout those classes because, entering college can kind of seem intimidating. You hear about these big lecture halls, these super hard professors, and all these different factors that can really affect your confidence going into these classes. So for me, it was, taking these science courses my freshman year, my fall and spring semester that helped build my confidence. And after that, getting involved with research, scribing, and volunteering, and all of these together kind of helped build my trajectory toward medical school. So I would say it was really during my fall semester of my sophomore year where I really decided that medical school was the right option for me. So I think that first talking about my biology major, I think it's been, it's definitely been hard. It's not always easy. It's been rigorous. There's been points where I had to push myself to finish lab reports, to study, and different things like these. But I think that overall the education has been fantastic. As I talked about previously through my medical scribe experience, I really get to see the relevance of what I'm learning in education. And on top of that, when I was studying for the MCAT, I noticed that all the things my professors were emphasizing, these key points over and over again, they were the same things that were emphasized in the MCAT prep book. So that really showed me that the education I'm getting here is world class. And on top of that, aside from my biology education, I'm also pursuing a business minor. And that's one thing I really liked about Toledo, is that you have a wide variety of options to choose from. I talked to my advisor about it, and on top of my biology degree, I was able to fit in business classes. And I felt like these classes would really prepare me for any industry I go into. So I think that in college and entering college, you're going to hear lots of different opinions on how to approach college, what you should do as a career, and you're going to hear lots of opinions on how you should do things in college. And I think it's important to listen to these opinions, but also form your own opinions through your own experiences. There's going to be lots of YouTube videos telling you this and that. There's going to be other people telling you opposing opinions. So I think it's really important to find, 2 to 3 mentors here on campus, or 2 to 3 faculty members that can really help guide you, because, it's important to form your own opinions through your own experiences, but also have mentors that can help you form those opinions and help you throughout your time at college.